Okay, Nick, now we're going to get into a little bit of where IT and business kind of overlap. So I want to have this conversation with you. When are IT decisions really more business decisions?
Yeah, I mean that I feel like that's always a fight. It's like the IT guy is like, you gotta do this, and the business person is like, you gotta do this, and it's not gonna work. And so, I mean, yeah, it can be a struggle. From your end, what do you see? Because it's again, I think it's so intertwined.
Yeah. I think for me, so what I'm looking at is how can the business run more efficiently? How can it be more profitable? How can we
Mm-hmm.
be more effective? How can we work better as a team? And I can't imagine doing any of those things I just listed without IT as a backbone to that,
Yeah.
especially when it comes to looking at, okay, when we're talking about, for example, let's say someone left the organization and we need to decide, are we going to hire that person? One of the questions you could do to have IT be part of that business decision is you can look at what were all the things that we were doing. First of all, do we need to do them anymore? And if we do, is there anything that technology can take off their plate? In fact, I'm having that conversation with one of my clients is looking at, can we automate some of these things before we hire someone, or we're looking at one of the team member going out on maternity leave and trying to get the other team members trained, but it's like, can we use some technology? And then when she comes back, then she's got some technology to help her and she can do the other things that she hasn't been able to get to. So to me, that's a good example of like making it part of the process, part of the efficiency, being more productive. But I'm curious on your side.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're exactly right. Like it comes back a little bit to seeing technology as an investment rather than an expense.
Yeah.
And those questions you asked are spot on. Like, how can we be more efficient? How can we increase profitability? If you're asking those questions, like I think for any business, those questions are the ones that should drive the IT decisions.
Mm.
So I think this is a shift in the business world right now, but where it used to be IT as a driver, now it's really I think it's coming back around to being business as the driver. And so if you're saying like how can we be more efficient with our communications, that if that is a business goal, then IT should be involved to help you do that. If the goal is how can we be more efficient, like working as a team, then there's maybe project management software or something like that that you can look at. So I think it really asking those core operational questions and figuring out the real needs of the business is the right way to lead the IT conversation.
What I'm hearing from all of this is just as part of what you are doing when you're making a business decision to move forward, whether it's hiring, whether it's maybe a new product or service or anything. I think what I'm hearing from this is we just added one of the questions, where can technology make this even better?
Absolutely. Yeah. How can you use technology to make it happen?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. That's exactly it. I think that's great. But I do think that it starts with asking those questions. Like what area, do we need to improve to get better? And then how can technology,
Mhm.
help with that? How can technology solve this problem?
Well, I appreciate you bringing that up. And then, so Nick, if someone's like, okay, I think technology can help with this problem, but I don't know how, is that a good time to call you?
Yeah, yeah, it's always a good time to call me. I'm always awake apparently these days. But yeah, so yeah, absolutely. I'm Nick with Held High Tech, and you can reach me at nick@heldhightech.com.
Thank you, Nick, for all of these great little snippets. I've been loving just learning from you and being able to share your wisdom with our community. I appreciate it. And until next time, thank you again.